Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Wee do do. Arty art. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm just sitting here at the studio because Med Art Print Express said to come in early and warm the place up. Still without a heater. But the good news is that I'm going to get a new heater. And the landlord just wants to make sure that I'll be here for a while. So the good news is I'm going to be here for a while. And I'm going to have a new heating and air conditioning system. So that's how it works. And I got my coffee. I got my iPad. And I got my Apple Pencil, and we're going to just keep on working on this one. Let's see. Yeah. So I just wanted to see if anybody's jumping online, and if you're there, comment. I always like to see some comments. It's supposed to be an interactive situation. So, in case you missed it, Jennifer and I got on Saturday, and it's just on my Facebook feed. We did a Bob Ross tutorial, or Bob Ross follow along, and it was an awful lot of fun. So I got kind of interested in figuring out some of the Bob Ross stuff. Bob has his own brushes and stuff, and I didn't have any downloaded. So I did a quick search on the internets, and there's somebody who's watching. You're welcome to say hi, so I can say hi to you, because on this platform I can't tell who's saying hi, and unless you actually say hi to me. So I promise I won't bite you. This is all just good fun. So I learned a lot from that Bob Ross event thing. For one thing, not all my brushes work for Bob, but that's okay, because I don't have the same style as Bob. But it still is this challenge. You always want to go and take a look at what your prowess is as a painter, and really knowing your tools really helps. So yeah, I'm just gonna anyway, here I'm just gonna put a new layer on here. And so I was able to download some I'm just gonna move that layer up. There we go. And I'll just turn everybody else off. So I was able to, there we go. Gotta turn stuff on. Anyway, I was able to download some awesome brushes. This one here is a palette knife, so you can see how that's going to, and of course on the palette knife it wasn't turning like I wanted it to, so I've got myself a few new brushes. Thought that was kind of cool. I'm trying to erase this. There we go. So let's go back to what I've been doing. And I was able to get some new brushes online, and now I can do the Bob Ross thing. Now Jennifer and I said that if we got, I think, 10 hearts as responses on our last one, that we would go ahead and do it again. So I don't know, that might be asking too much. Don't have much of an audience. So we'll just decide whether or not we had enough fun that we want to do it again. So let's go in here to my red. So we're just going to work on this self-portrait. Oops, got to change my brush out. Get down here. There we go. We're going to start working on this. So my title of my my day is to take what life throws at you with grace. And that was my big lesson for last week. It's a lot of panic when I didn't have any heat, and we still don't have any heat. So still trying to work on being graceful, and not just grace, but also grace. Also, I think entails being grateful. So rather than making some assumptions and freaking out, I needed a little bit more thought and stuff. The thing is, when you don't have a lot of contact with somebody, you just don't know how to respond to them or what to expect from some issues that you might have coming up that you kind of depend on them, right? And I also looked at my contract, and it was kind of scary looking at my contract. So the thing is, I'm going to have an opportunity to make changes to that contract and see if they'll take it too. Because I don't want to be stuck in this panic situation again. Finding out that I could possibly be responsible for stuff that I don't think I should be responsible for, such as improvements to the building, which I'm not, as it turns out. The only improvements that I'm responsible for are the ones that I would want in the space that I'm in, inside. So that's good stuff. Yeah. So taking our, I think that in general, when I think about taking the things that life throws at you, would also include just general everyday stuff. I mean, we get online and we see opinions we don't like. We've actually in the last few years, we've just been kind of trained to go on the defensive and be an attack. It's like we're being trained to always look for ways to be outraged. And the funny thing over the last 3 years is that there's been all sorts of things to be outraged about. And then slowly it comes out that maybe it wasn't so big a deal. And I also don't understand why some of the things are going on that, it's my own confusion as to what in the world our politicians are trying to achieve with the things that they're doing right now. I've watched some of the impeachment hearings, and from what I understand, according to the media, no one's really watching those. And I think that that's a bad thing. We all really need to talk about our Constitution, because this is actually a constitutional issue. And the thing is, we're kind of in this outrage culture, and so we don't look past whatever the immediate feelings are and what that means in the whole world, or in our society at large. There's lots of people out there that do things that I would not like to. I would like them just to stop doing it. But our Constitution gives us the rights to be jackasses and say things that are on our mind, as long as we're not forcing or hurting physically other people. There's lots of ways to be emotionally. It's like we're looking at, everybody needs to protect my feelings about things, and really, you're responsible for your own feelings. So going back to my life throwing things at you with grace, I really find myself having to remind myself of being, Michelle, you could take this a little bit better. You don't have to freak out completely. And I'm not big on emotions. If I'm going to get all emotional, I typically do that in the bathtub by myself. And so I try to stay graceful with the things that I'm upset about. This is smaller. Well, I see someone's watching. You're welcome to say hi, so I can say hi back. And it's interesting how that'll just in the advent of social media, how we've got so many things that people just want to seem to hold people down from having an opinion that just is not theirs, same as theirs. And there's some opinions out there I think they're just wrong. And the best example of that would be the Westboro Baptist Church here in town. They're just wrong on so many levels. But in the last few years, I've changed my mind, about their, I've always had the sense that, well, they can say what they want. They can be jerks if they want. That hasn't changed. But I have found some comfort in seeing them out and this is totally not what they're looking for. They're looking for people to, I don't know. They're preaching hate. That's what they're preaching. And talk about hate speech. I mean, just about, if you're just not them, you're just pretty much hateful, and you're hated by God. I think that's pretty big assumption to make there. That you can read the mind of God. I have a feeling that they're going to find out differently later when they go see old St. Peter. But that's just my opinion. But I would like to be a fly on the wall when that happens. But, so that's, people out there. I mean, and I guess that was an early indicator. People, I think, in general, have always been ones to point the finger and see fault in others, and rather than seeing their own faults. And I've been listening to the Gulag Archipelago, and oh my gosh, talk about man's inhumanity to man. Millions and millions of people sent to the Gulag for things as simple as being in the wrong place at the wrong time. One of the stories is some woman turned in her neighbor, and so she had to go down and do a report, and wouldn't you know that they didn't meet their quota that week, so they arrested her, sent her to the Gulag. Yep. Here she was trying to be a good citizen according to their needs, their instructions, and by gosh, rather than getting in trouble for not getting their quota, they just picked her, or they just said, okay, you're going to the gulag. And we definitely don't want to get there ever again. Right? See, this is the things that our Constitution protects us from. These are the things. So, yeah, accepting things with grace. And I think that's like the hardest thing to do, is to accept the things that are coming at you and not see it through your own lens. That whatever, lens that's going on in your head, things that we've been taught, we've been conditioned. The news media drives me nuts. And the thing is, I'm confident that most of this stuff is going to come out in the open, and there'll be some correction. But it's not. I think a lot of the damage is done. People are just always looking to blame someone else for their unhappiness, and I don't. And I personally don't like that. I mean, I don't like to blame other people for my unhappiness. I like to feel like I have some control over whether or not I'm happy. If I don't like the situation I am, I'm going to change the situation I'm in. And the other thing is realizing you can't change other people. I mean, I can't change who my husband is, but I don't want him to change to be whatever I want him to be. I want him to grow and be his own person. And I tell you, after, it's been 28 years now. And I found that it's a delight to see him grow and change as a human being. And I would hope that he felt the same way about me, which I think he does, because I wouldn't be doing I definitely wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if I had stayed with my first marriage. And I got confirmation of that a few years ago. My ex-husband of 18, I was married like 18 months. He found me and called me. When you have a business and you publish a phone number, anybody can get a hold of you. No, I don't have any animosity toward him. He's a little misguided, but he decided to call me and I talked to him. Didn't have any problem talking to him. What kind of threat was he really? When I left, he was a little bit of a threat, but today, 20 some years later, he's welcome to talk to me. But he told me just directly, well, I'll tell you what, you certainly wouldn't be doing that, what you're doing now, if you were married to me. Well, I'm glad I left. I'm glad I escaped that. Because I'm generally pretty happy with the way things are going. All the problems I have are first world problems. And we just need to be pretty thankful. We need to stop and think about it. A lot of the problems that we see are pretty much first world problems. A lot of them are. All of our day-to-day. We definitely have homeless problems. We definitely have things that we could be concentrating on rather than the stuff that the media seems to think is important. I just don't understand. All these Hollywood people want to tell us how to live, okay? But they've got homeless in Hollywood and drug addicts on the street. Let's clean up your own backyard, and then you try to tell me how to live. Talk about, and that's because that's not, I'm a little resentful for someone who is paid to entertain us. I mean, they don't have any authority. They don't have any knowledge past what they see on TV. I mean, it's obvious because they're doing the talking points. They don't have any knowledge past what everybody else has access to. And they presume to tell me the things that I believe are things that, I mean, are not right. This is the United States of America. This isn't Soviet Russia. The gulags, and you can get arrested for breathing. It's like, yeah, no. And who wants to live in that? Only the powerful want to live in that. You get offended and you can just put somebody in jail. Because those people aren't worthy. Those people. Whoever I deem. What kind of craziness is that? We're about freedom. It's amazing that our founders, I mean, they actually sat and thought about this stuff. Of course, they experienced an awful lot from the King of England. Things they were, oh no, I don't want that to happen anymore. So, I mean, there were lots of errors in government that they specifically picked out. And it's kind of scary to think that there are people out there that they want to control everyone else because they're in somehow wrong. So what I would like to see is more people accepting things in their life with some grace, understanding that the world isn't in general out to get you. I mean, I got a little carried away there with that. With those eyelashes there. There we go. They get a little, there we go. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna... You know, we can get demons and doorknobs pretty easily and pretty quickly. And I had children. Children tell me that I was going to go to hell because I was wearing pants. That's kind of a small-minded way to raise your children. But it happened. I wasn't victimized by it. I just told him that my Lord and Savior was a little bit more forgiving than that, and he wasn't so much concerned about me, what I wore, as much as he was concerned about what was in my heart and how I judged other people. Yeah. Projection. So I've always tried to, it's kind of almost an impossible task to always accept things with grace. But if we pause, we can, oh wow, that's way too. If we pause, we can usually find a way to accept things with grace. And in general, if you're dissatisfied with all your current relationships, online and off, maybe you need to consider the common denominator. Should be the one thing that, yeah. Okay, I've got this little dash on my nose. I'm not sure where it's coming from. So I'm gonna check it out. Okay, so it's above that. Oh, it's in this. There, I'll take that off. That was my sketch. Ooh, it's kind of coming along. I don't really like that harshness that I put right here. Ooh, that's the wrong tool. Yeah. So these are like just thoughts that an artist like me has while she works on stuff like her self-portrait. It's all about, for me, it's all about trying to make myself a better person always. And I'm sure I'm going to be working on that until the day I die. I think that that's kind of a purposeful way to go about things. A little bigger. Soften that up just a little bit. Those got a little dark. You just want indications of fingernails there. Maybe a little bit more here. Still on that dark one. Boy, this is great because I couldn't do this on my regular painting without lots of layers of, yeah, I'm really liking this Procreate program. Yeah. Oh, see? Got that yellow little opaque. There we go. There we go. That's coming along. The hair's not quite as crazy as it usually is, but that's the artist's prerogative, right? I get to make my own reality of what kind of hair I'm going to have. I remember the image. Don't remember what the image looks like. Let's go back here. Maybe erase just a little. Yeah, I'm going to erase here too. Bring that. There we go. Ooh, they got a little. There we go. Anyway. That's coming along. Well, that still looks like a line right there in the eye, doesn't it? Oh, we're jumping around an awful lot. I bet you that's on this layer here. Yeah, it's on that other layer. See, I started putting some details in. There we go. Go ahead, put this on top. Shadow right in here. Oops. Move over here. And this needs some shadow. There we go. You get the eyes going. Alright, so let's do some stuff in the background. I'm going to use some of my new Impasto brushes. So is this it? I'm going to go ahead and bring that all the way down to the bottom. And see, I've got this background color. Make it dark. Let's see. We'll start off with something dark in the background. And I'll do some Impasto brushes. I downloaded these this morning. So we're just playing with these here, and let's see what we can get. Let's get some yellow. Oh, open layers, because I didn't have it on. Okay. Well, I guess the internet options. Okay, well let's just play with this, see what happens. Since I'm in the background, let's see. Let's put some other colors in there. Well, it kind of blends together kind of nice, like that. Yeah, it's just a short stroke that it's offering. Maybe what it is I've got swirling ideas going on. It's contemplative, only scary. Try this one. Get a different color. Well, this is kind of fun. There's some red. Let's go with dark red. Go back to this other Impasto so we get some of those brushes. Wow, that's kind of cool how they blend. Blend really nice. Okay. Okay, so let's go down here. Oh, we're gonna go to that. I'm gonna go here to the what you call it, cloud brush. There we go. Yeah, I'd like the background to be a little less specific. Yeah, so I went back to my Bob Ross stuff. Oh, we'll work from vague to not vague. I'm just kind of just doodling it around, pushing that stuff around. I found out that this is actually a great brush for fire. Check it out. Oops, didn't want it rounded round. There we go. It's kind of fun. Some fire. Oh, the house is on fire. Let's see, a little bit of, we just use a little bit of that. Just little like wavy. I use some fire in my self-portraits. I think it's meant to be more of a warning than anything. It's so easy to get caught up in. It's just these seems like, there we go. So easy to get caught up in. And I'm going to do, oops, and then I'm going to do some erasing. Oops. Okay. This is the cloud brush, so I want to erase with the cloud brush. There we go. I'll pull it down so it's not a whole lot, so that the top of the fire gets some swirliness to it. Nope, not too much smudgy. A little vague in the background. Okay, so we go back to this one and put in some more of our fire. It's kind of fun. I'm using a really light touch with this. Let's see. And just a little here and there. A flame. Another little flame. And then another little flame. Put that in there. I'm going to need to change the size. And then I need a new layer on top of that. And then we'll do some smoke. Because where there's fire, there's smoke. A little bigger. Now let's see what happens when I put a different background color on. Let's look at that. Again, background color. Ooh, that's kind of nice. It's going to have to be a darker color. Ooh, that's black. A little preferential to black. Kind of green. Not particularly like that. No, too bright. Needs to be moody. Pick. Let's see. Well, let's try. I'm trying some different. Ooh, that put a nice little piece of green there on the nose, didn't it? You see, that's where it's still not opaque. But as above, so below. That works out great. I'm not happy with the background. We can do better than that, I think. So I'm going to leave that alone, the background color. And I'm just going to make this fire into some clouds. Actually, what I'm going to do is undo that. And just because I might not like what I'm doing, I'm going to just copy it and then work on it. Okay. Copy it first and then work on it. These are as big a clouds as I'm going to get to. And of course, the sound effects are important. Get the brushes to work right. You gotta have sound effects. Okay, so let's see. This is something that that's just weird. Okay. All right. And pull those darks into the bottom of that cloud. Ooh, they're looking kind of cool. Wispy wispies. think it's so cool because I can do this without messing up the front image. It's kind of cool. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Put some more on top. Oh, some. I'm thinking maybe I need another layer up here on top. And I need to do some of this over the top of that layer. I get the idea that it's all in my head. Sometimes the unplanned stuff works and sometimes it doesn't. That's why we put it on a separate layer. There we go. Oh, yeah. Well, hi. Welcome to my painting this morning. Still just playing with it. Kind of in a cloud bubble. Maybe what I need in here is another little dark. You're going to feel the 3D-ness of it over the top of my head. That is planned. We're just trying to figure it out as we go along. Let's see. I'll go ahead and stick this, some more of this over here. Smooch it in. Smooch. Smooch. Yeah, I think I need it darker, even darker, or lighter, but more opaque. I guess is what I'm trying to go for. Cloud. That stuff going on there. Okay, we're working on it. It's slow. Yeah, working this stuff out. Okay, it makes a difference. Well, the clouds are kind of fun. Having maybe too much fun. It's having a hard time keeping up with me. Oh, it's Chuck. Yes, Monday on a Tuesday. He went and got a honey bun from the break room vending machine and it got stuck. So he had to buy one behind it to get it. Honey bun from my honey bun. Yeah, well, you're set up for tomorrow then, right? Set it up. No, we'll just keep. I don't know how I'm gonna keep this looking like a weird hat, but we're still working it. If I used to do a bunch of little, there we go. We still want. I don't know. I don't know. Is this working or not? A little bit of this down here. Let's see. What if I duplicate this? It's too much. It's too much. I might want just a little bit over here. I don't know what I'm doing. So, there we go. Maybe a little bit there. Maybe a little bit on that shoulder. I don't know. Yeah. Goodness sakes. Talking enough that I'm getting scratchy throat. Yeah. Let's see. A little bit more. I don't even know if I'm using the right brush. Let's do that one. Let's try that one. You want that one? Yeah, this one. Excuse me. Goodness sakes. Got some congestion and drainage going on. Hopefully it's not the Kung Flu. Let's see. Do we like that? Mm. I don't know. Let's see. We can take that off. No, I do like it on there. What I don't know, maybe I need to do a different thing here. So if I darken it, nope. Color burn it, nope. Multiply, nope. Lighten. I'm trying to decide, y'all. Is that actually screen? Oh, that actually looks a little bit more. Let's see. Like clouds, doesn't it? With a screen. Oh. There you go. Oh, I know what those clouds need. It already has some yellow in it, but I think they need more yellow in them. Just a little. That. And see, that screen is causing the brush to have some different colors. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh. Yes. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Goodness. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Putting that on now. Adding some of those fun colors. Boy, I don't even have Kleenex here. Here, would you take a look at that? I'm going to go get Kleenex. There, that should be better. Ah. Anyway, I'm thinking I like that. It's a little different than some of the other stuff that I've done. Smoke from a distant fire. Well, have to get some ideas on that. Hey, maybe if I duplicate this, let's just see. Too much, isn't it? There we go. I kind of like that. With a little bit of an overlay. If we go in and just do it like normal. Oops. Bring the opacity up. You can see all those different colors that we're going to do overlay. Because I really want some of those other colors to really show through. There we go. Now look, oh, there's my 9 o'clock alarm. I think we're done for today. And I'm thinking this piece is done. I'm going to give it some thought. I'll go and save it as a JPEG. And while we're here, I'm going to post it on Facebook. Here we go. So, as I finish up, next, and I go ahead and put it on my story to share. Anyway, so there we go, and it's ready to go. So, I think that everybody needs to consider accepting more things in your life with grace. I tried to do that. I'm not very successful, but I try. So, you can help me out with that if you want. But until tomorrow or the next time, I don't know. This week's going to be crazy with all this HVAC stuff. So, I will only make the promise that I will be back at some point. Okay. You have a great day.